welcome to Full Frontal. So, how's the transition treating you? It's left me feeling like Rocky. No, not that Rocky, this one. And Clubber Lang's not even president yet, but he has already started his re-election campaign.
America will start winning again, big league. Then the people back there, the extremely dishonest press, we won in a landslide. That was a landslide. If people burn the American flag, there should be consequence, right?
If people who burn flags should lose their citizenship, what happens to those who sexually assault them? Oh, right, they become president. Oh my God, what have you people done? Okay. In the past 3 weeks, POTUS has made America great again by skipping security briefings, imperiling U.S. relations with China and India, threatening a private manufacturer, draining the swamp directly into his cabinet, declaring open war on the press, and celebrating Take Your Daughter to Work Day with foreign leaders. Oh, hey! That's the daughter who runs Trump's business empire. You thought there were rules? Psych. There's also never been a rule that says the president can't take a shit in the reflecting pool because we never thought we needed one. Now, who knows? Turns out our institutions are only as strong as the unspoken norms we all agree to live by. Norms that suddenly seem as flimsy as the Scotch tape holding Trump's tie together. Seriously, I will believe you're a billionaire when you hire a proper tailor. Since we're in for 4 years of gaslighting, you might want to memento all the civil norms we now take for granted and cherish them, including this one.
The peaceful transition of power is one of the hallmarks of our democracy.
Oh, hey, where you been? Oh, right, I guess he's been busy child-proofing the Oval Office. Because even though it means shredding his entire legacy and feeding it to Steve Bannon's pets, President Obama is going to transfer power to his elected successor on January 20th because he loves this country. Just not in that way. If you want to see what it looks like when a defeated party clings to power, we have to go on a long journey to a hot land haunted by memories of civil war and sustained by farming a deadly addictive drug. North Carolina. Back on election night, Democrat Roy Cooper managed to oust Sheriff of Toilet Town Pat McCrory.
Protesters celebrated Pat McCrory's apparent loss at his front door Wednesday morning.
The former Shawshank prison warden took his defeat like a man, by which I mean he refused to have his status lowered.
Governor Pat McCrory's office filing protests of votes in 50 counties.
The McCrory campaign insists some of those votes were cast by dead people, felons, or people who voted more than once.
And in some cases, all three. Okay, you're a grown man, Pat. Don't go all Tracy Flick on us.
The governor's campaign leading off with a very strongly worded news release saying, quote, "Now we know why Roy Cooper fought so hard against voter ID and other efforts to combat voter fraud as Attorney General."
Really? You think thousands of Democrats risked felony arrest to cast fraudulent ballots against you, but they were totes cool with letting your state's electoral votes go to this sunburnt cow udder? Or do you think maybe they split their tickets because of the $600 million in business you flushed away with your transphobic crapper fixation? Look, McCrory is right about one thing. The monster voter ID law he signed in 2013 might have depressed turnout enough to keep him in office. Now, remind me, why was that law struck down?
The court called it the most restrictive voting law North Carolina has seen since the era of Jim Crow, saying the law's provisions target African Americans with almost surgical precision.
And since the governor refused to expand Medicaid, that's as close to surgery as a lot of these folks will get. You know, but what do I know? Maybe North Carolina is overrun with Democrats impersonating dead people.
In the past decade, the North Carolina State Board of Elections has referred only 4 cases of alleged voter impersonation to prosecutors. None resulted in a conviction.
Okay, sure, there were only 4 cases last decade, but what if next decade that doubles? Where's your democracy then? Despite Cooper's ever-widening lead, McCrory clung to the dignity of his office for 27 days until finally, a few hours ago.
Despite continued questions that should be answered regarding the voting process, I personally believe that the majority of our citizens have spoken.
Meow. Pat couldn't even concede without undermining faith in the process. I can't think of anything classier than crying conspiracy when you lose. Oh, yes, I can. Crying conspiracy when you win.
Donald Trump is spreading false claims about the election he won. The president-elect tweeting, in addition to winning the Electoral College in a landslide, I won the popular vote if you deduct the millions of people who voted illegally.
And he won even biglier if you deduct all the ugly chicks, flag burners, and Alec Baldwins who shouldn't even be allowed to vote. So, how do we restore public confidence in our elections? Not like this.
Stein and her allies allege Russia may have hacked the voting machines.
We need to know that our votes are counted, that they're not being hacked, that they're not being tampered with.
Oh, fuck off. What? Liberals, I know you only gave her money because you thought she'd take off with it and never come back, and we all want that. But instead of using your energy to undermine democracy, why not participate in it and help Foster Campbell win his Senate runoff? You could make a difference. Remember, state elections come down to a handful of votes. Just ask this loser. We'll be right back.